Kyle. Kyle. Yeah, damn it, Kyle. So Kyle Brink was a name that was kind of thrown out there during this OGL stuff. We didn't really know a lot about him. Through some, Googling and stuff, we found out that he was kind of like a new hire in like November, October-ish. And his name was the one that appeared on D&D Beyond about the OGL stuff. And we talked about how it kind of felt like, the new guy go out there, take the brunt of this for us, make us look good. And it felt like they kind of just fed him to the flames. Well, now he's feeding himself to the flames, which is interesting. So we're going to talk about this a little bit. Jeff Porter from Roll for New GM. I was going to do the Vampire the Masquerade video today. And then I just, I couldn't escape the memes from this. So I figured we had to talk about this. The Vampire the Masquerade video will be out tomorrow. I've been going through a bunch of different TTRPGs, learning the rules and everything, checking them out and see what I like. And Vampire is one that I've always wanted to play. So I'm just going to be kind of going through the rules and talking about it. And so that's going to be tomorrow. Today we're going to talk about Kyle. I watched South Park, I think. God damn it, Kyle. So Kyle went on a podcast, Three Black Halflings, Wizards of the Coast executive producer on the D&D OGL controversy, and asking the hard questions. This was a question about diversity. They asked him about the D. And he starts off with a fair, you don't want to be hired because you're the diversity. You want to be hired because of you doing a good job. Good answer, Kyle. Then he continues to dig himself into a hole and talks about how like people like him should get out of D&D. Now, I'm not super familiar with the terminology. It's like cis is straight, right? Cis straight male or white straight male, straight white male. Yeah, that. Guilty. So we're just going to listen to this clip. I think it's about 45 seconds to a minute. You can hear it firsthand, and then I'll talk a little bit about it. And then I've got some news about my TTRPG to kind of close things out on a good note. So this is Kyle Brink digging himself a hole. So here we go.
Important to me that my team of creators look like my players and have the lived experience that my players do. And I think there's been mistakes made in years past where people assumed that D&D players were all, white dudes in a basement, which has been a faulty assumption for a lot of years and gets more and more false every day. And so it's, in my viewpoint, honestly, guys like me can't leave soon enough for this hobby. And we owe you good games. We owe you good products.
Guys like me can't leave soon enough. What the fuck are they doing at WoTC? None of this makes any sense. Okay. First of all, great. I'm glad WoTC's diverse. Good job on that. Secondly, what the hell did I do? Like, why are you singling out like a huge market of your that's already in shambles? Let's be honest. WoTC has been screwing themselves lately. The OGL was just part of it. They continued to fuck with creators. They've continued to play the money game. We deleted our D&D Beyond subscriptions. They backtracked. They're saying this other thing now. And now Kyle Brink is on a podcast saying white guys can leave. It's a new age. Okay. Okay. Who the fuck? Why is D&D a white guy a straight white guy thing? I don't understand that at all. I mean, maybe just by like sheer numbers and statistics, probably a majority of your player base is, but so is a majority of the US. Even though the US is one of the most diverse places in the world, it's still a majority white. But white is a weird term that people like to use where Europeans are white, South Africans are white, Australians are white. But no, it seems to only mean American white. That's something I don't understand. That's something that gets lost in the translation because every time I bring that up, it's like, oh no, not no, because they're not from the U.S. Oh, because I was born on this patch of dirt. I'm okay. My bad. Ugh. So before that clip, he goes into something that's really good. He talks about how WoTC, they hire, and they do have a diverse team, but he says that you don't want to be hired because you're the diversity. You want to be hired because you do a good job, and hey, it's diverse, great. And then he just completely shoots himself in the foot there. I don't understand this whole looking like me thing, especially since D&D is such a creative, cooperative game that every table of D&D is different. What about that diversity? What about the diversity in storytelling? What about the diversity in groups? What about the diversity of player character? Like, there's so many other things that he should be worried about right now, like WotC burning to the ground, and they're worried about white people. I forgot already. White straight white males leaving D&D. What? Why would you say that? Not only about your players, but about you. Do you want to leave the game? Do you want Matt Mercer to leave D&D? What about Chris Perkins? I don't think that they're there because they're straight white males. I think they're there because they do a great job. They understand D&D. They understand role playing. They understand making unique stories that people love to hear. They're not there because they're white. They're not there because they're straight. I've never understood this whole they have to look like me thing. God forbid Prince looked like me. He that would have been terrible. It would have been worse if he sounded like me because I can't sing. I've never needed my creators to look like. I've never been watching a Denzel movie and been like, oh shit, I wish I could connect to this character, but I'm white. It makes no sense. Um, I've never really gotten into it, especially in this channel. I just wanted to be straight on D&D, and D&D was a very it's a game. It's a TTRPG. Why would race have been brought into it like this? But sure enough, here we are listening to. God damn it, Kyle. Well, it just I really don't understand why he would want to alienate so many people who play the game like this. And of course, you've probably seen all the memes, you've seen everything going on with it, and it doesn't seem like it's really working out for him. The best that I've seen is, oh, he meant well, but he said it wrong. He meant well, but he said it wrong. By people like me should leave the game. I don't think that's meant well. I think that's terrible, as a matter of fact. Um, yeah, this is something I've never understood. I've never understood the look like me thing. And that's, coming from a straight white male, so don't listen to me. But seriously, let me know down in the comments below what you think of his comments. It's been all over the internet now. Everybody's talking about there's threads and memes and stuff going around. It was pretty big on Twitter, and I saw that. I'm like, that seems not right. And then I watched it, and I will give Kyle credit. He did start it by saying, you want to be hired based on your merit, not your diversity. But then he just kind of swan dived. He was Jeff Hardy at the top of 20-foot ladder, and he didn't get back up after that. So kind of a weird thing to say. I'm not a fan of it. I was kind of holding out hope for Cal because he was the new guy and because it kind of felt like they were feeding him to the flames. I think the rest of the interview was decent. He kind of talked about it. He talked about the mistakes. He talked about the errors. But in this case, at this point, it's just too far gone. Um, I've made my decision about D&D, where I stand, created my own TTRPG, going through other games and stuff, and yeah, I think they burnt the bridge. They we can't go back. I don't think Kyle can go back. Just not a great thing going on here. So I'm gonna try to get to the part where he talks about the diversity part. I think it's about here. So bear with me. Let's listen to this real fast.
You still got Mike Merles and so forth. What can you identify any specific positions that have like higher ranking positions that have been filled by people of, say, racially diverse backgrounds?
I think if you look at the credits of our books, you'll see some lead designers there who are not cis men. You will also see a lot of primary authors on sources. These are folks who are coming up through the ranks and proving themselves and earning their respect, not because of who they are, but because of how they are as professionals, which is the best kind of respect, right? You don't want to be respected because you're the diversity hire. You want to be respected because you're awesome at your job. And that's happening more and more. Look, guys like me, we're leaving the workforce.
All right, so you can see,
blunt, and we're all.
You can see, it started out well. It started out with, yeah, they're there. You don't want to be hired because of that, but yeah, well, they're there. They're doing a good job, and then it completely turns into, cis white male shoot. Darn. I've never been reading a D&D adventure it's set in a fantasy world with elves and orcs and goblins and been like, God, this fucking writer better be white. Like that's never crossed my mind ever. Anyways, all right. So let me know down in the comments below what you think about his comments and what that means for D&D, why he kind of singled out an entire player base, and why it matters at all. Have you ever been going through an adventure and been like, oh God, I swear if this is fucking written by a fucking white guy, I swear to God, never running it again. It just seems like such a strange thing to get pissed off about. All right, well, that's kind of my thoughts on it. I've never really gotten into the whole diversity thing, but I think he nailed it at first. It's you want to be hired because of your ethics. You want to advance because of your work morale. You want to continue like that. And if you're diverse, great. That's an extra thing. But everybody is diverse. Not everybody has the same shared experiences. Not everybody has the same life. The only person who's experienced your life is you. That got kind of weird for a second, but for real, like, just because me and the guy down the street are both white, we don't have the same shared experiences. We live completely different lives. Just because my friend Keegan's black doesn't mean we've lived entirely different lives. Everybody is different. Everybody's lived a different life. Let's look at some pictures for my TTRPG. So I've been talking about my upcoming game. I had some art out. I got a couple of pieces back. This is one of the pieces of art that I got back that I'm really excited for. Let me move my stupid fucking face out of the way. There we go. So this is a piece of art that I got back yesterday morning. It was out for about 10 days, but really loved it. We kind of tweaked it, moved some stuff around, and I'm really thrilled that, I sent them a piece of AI art as like a reference. I was like, this is kind of what I'm looking for. Which, by the way, AI art, well, that's a separate thing, but it has its place. The artist was able to get like a good reference of what I wanted and created something unique and awesome. So, but that's beside the question. But this is kind of the first look at my new TTRPG. I'm really excited for it. I think this kind of tells a little bit of a story in just a picture. If you look off in the distance, it looks like there's A kind of a dilapidated castle. You can see the flag and the sword in the ground. Looks like he's been through some hell with the arrows. His armor and everything's kind of scuffed up and beaten, and I'm really excited for this. I feel like this image really brought my imagination to life, and really the artist did a tremendous job. I'll put a link to their stuff in the description down below. They're on Fiverr. Got the highest package, and man, they really delivered. They really did an amazing job. So if you're looking for some art, definitely go check them out. And this is the first look at my new TTRPG. So we have the whole core mechanics done. Kind of the starter playtest book we have about done. We're going to be doing some playtesting soon, which is really exciting. And yeah, this image just man, I am thrilled at how this turned out. So let me know down in the comments what you think about Kyle. I keep wanting to say about Kyle's comments. And what do you think about this image? And are you excited? What new TTRPGs are you excited for? So I'll see you guys tomorrow with the Vampire the Masquerade video. And then I think we're going to start doing like every 2 days a video, of course, unless there's news. I really want to grow the channel. The channel has been doing amazing. I can't thank you guys enough. I'm sorry this video has gone on for so long. Until next time, friends.